compassion with competitors, right? So
Okay.
I'd like to talk briefly about why I should be more compassionate with my competitors.
Okay. Well, first, I don't like to call the word competitors that so much, even it's well used in business, because when you're competing, it sounds like a sport competition. One win and the other one loses. So this is a zero-sum game. And in practice, many games in business are not zero-sum. They could be games where two or more companies win. Why I don't like to call these other companies in the sector, for example, you have let's say a grocery, another grocery shop will be a competitor, because create this mentality, this mindset of beating others, warmongering attitude. So I have to beat others and I have to outpace them, I have to do better than them. And in practice, in the book, I developed very insightfully a different mindset, the mindset that I call abundance mindset. When you focus on competing, this means that someone will lose and the other one will win, or someone will win at the expense of the other one losing. And this is a scarcity mindset. Instead, when you call other company in a very broad term, this means other company that could have different functions. And then I will explain the function. It's a much more abundant mindset, because in practice implies that there could be a relationship that are based on win-win agreements, including with other companies in the sector. Then I will give you some example. So what is so important? Because using a warmongering attitude is generally fear-based. When you are fearing that your competitor will beat you, or fearing your competitor will take your customer, or fearing that your competitor will get first to this market with the new product, you cannot be creative, you cannot be innovative, you cannot be productive, because fear and this enhancement of mental skill like creativity, critical analysis are incompatible. When you're fearful, you tend to focus on the basic, the threat at hand. If you consider other companies as threats, you tend to adopt a defensive attitude, a reactive attitude, instead of a proactive attitude. So the abundance mindset is completely different in a way that bring about a much more productivity, much more productive attitude. And we call these other companies other organizations. But what are the functions of other organizations? They're not competitive. What are their functions? Well, I highlighted in my research two main functions of this organization that are very important. These companies can be considered potential allies or potential partners. And there are many examples of partnerships that are very successful. Star Alliance is a partnership among different airlines that include airline Emirates, Virgin, and so on, that are airlines that are competing in the marketplace for the same passenger. But they develop this alliance. Why? Because they know that the strengths of being together and complementing each other in a synergistic way bring about a lot of benefits. In some cases, these companies share resources. In some cases, the company, for example, if they cannot reach a destination, this company in the alliance, the other company can cover the route to this destination that cannot be made by the first company. They support one another, and they have been very successful worldwide. But also, you see in the car manufacturing sector, car manufacturers that complement one another. In some cases, they share factory, they share resources, they share research. So, and also the same in the IT sector. So, but in other sectors too. So, potential partners are important, and partnership can bring about a lot of benefits, sharing, lowering costs, sharing resources, sharing risks, and in some cases providing each other with insightful ideas. When you focus only on the role of competitor, you're shutting down the door for this company to become a potential partner.